What is up, YouTube family? It is your girl GC the Trader, and we are back with another weekly breakdown, you guys. I hope y'all are having an amazing day. It's pretty early. It's Sunday, 6:36 a.m., May 24th, 2026, you guys. I hope y'all had an amazing previous trading week. I know I did. So I know y'all seen based off the thumbnail, your girl had an amazing week. We did have a few hiccups at the beginning of the week. I'll explain that further. But yeah, I had a great week. Cannot complain. Can't wait to go over the trades with you guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna take up too much of y'all time. So let's get to this breakdown, you guys. Um, on Monday, my first trade ended up taking place on micro S&P. So coming into my session, I noticed that we were kind of on an uptrend a little bit during London session, and going into the beginning of New York session, we were still going up into those highs. I did have a 4 hour and a 1 hour that I did have marked up here. These are my two zones, the 1 hour and the 4 hour, that price ended up tapping into both of them, giving me a nice down push. But when I saw price rejecting off of these demand zones, I went ahead and kept my original bias, which was buys. And once price reacted off of this demand zone, I went ahead and entered at the next break of the candle. And as you can see, you guys, like, all drawdown, definitely was not a good trade. I definitely noticed the double top after I had already got into the trade, but I just let it play out. Ended up taking a small loss of $132.50. But once I saw that double top, I ended up changing my bias. So if there was any supply zones or any sell signals that I can get in based off of that. And I did notice that we did have this demand zone that I entered off of for my first trade. I went ahead and decided to use that as a break blocker, especially when price gave me this 15-minute fair value gap. I entered once price broke past this low of this bullish candle right here. I entered, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I entered in two contracts of sell. I end up adding another contract once we passed this most recent low right here, and end up closing two once we broke through this resistance slash support zone right here. Closed out two. I adjusted my stop loss a little bit under where I added the contract, just to put me at break even for the trade. And as you can see with that candle right here, you guys, it was a strong wick, and we came up and it ended up stopping me out of the trade. You guys, as you can see, the trade did hit full TP. It just had to go get a little bit more power from that 15-minute fair value gap. But after taking that loss, I wasn't willing to hold my second trade at full loss, you guys. So I went ahead and took what I took, and we ended up making $195 off of this trade after covering this loss. I believe we walked away with $56.30. So we was able to secure a little bit of profits for the Monday and end our day in green. So I'm gonna put my P&L right over here. Overall, very good trade. I wish I would have just waited for this trade. I wish I would have paid more attention to these, but I try not to worry about what price is going to do and focus on what price it was doing. And in that moment, price was looking like buys and was giving buy confirmation outside of this double top up here, you guys. Yeah, I wasn't too about Monday. So yeah, okay. So this next part, y'all, this is where the hookup came in. The hiccup came in at. I did not even. I don't even think I marked any of them. Let me go see, cause it was actually the trades I took. Cause I did trade Monday Asian session, but I traded that gold. So let me see if I even kept those marked. Okay, let me turn off my sessions so y'all can see a little better. All right, let me see. It was Monday. Let me see. So, okay. This is the first trade I took during Asian session, you guys, as you can see. I did not mark the other trades because your girl was doing stupid shit. The stupidest stuff you could do, your girl was doing, okay? So yeah, coming in, I thought we were good for buys. As you can see, look at this buy momentum, did beautifully. But we got to my resistance area and price just wick. Still thought we were good for buys, especially when I seen price reacting to this 5 minute right here, you guys. That's what even made me enter the trade, was when I seen price rejecting strongly. And then we had no candle closes within our zone. I'm gonna mark it up. We had no candle closes, you guys. Like strongest rejection popped up, entered halfway when price was in, just yeah. Yeah, you guys, it just reversed on me and knocked me out the trade. That was $150. Did not know why I did not stop after that, you guys. I did not stop. I'm gonna put the P and L. I'm not even gonna put the P and L. I'm just gonna put the results of Tuesday right here, you guys. Your girl, not even Tuesday. Well, it was considered Tuesday because, you know, if you trade Monday Asian session, the profits go towards your Tuesday if you do top step. So, yeah, you guys, your girl blew her funded. Not even funded. It wasn't funded. It was my eval. I blew my eval Monday Asian session, you guys. Like after this loss, I hopped in the opposite direction, took another loss, and now I was down 300. Don't know why I couldn't just let that go. And y'all, I just did dumb shit and blew my eval, you guys. But I reset it the next horizon and was able to trade for whatchamacallit. I was able to trade Tuesday, you guys. So let me go back to ES. I just want to show y'all what happened, and yeah, crazy stuff. But didn't even mark all my trades because if I would have, y'all would have been very disappointed in me. Don't know what happened, just really lost my mind. But yeah, I did reset my account and was able to start fresh on the same account. It was the same account, but I just reset it. Yeah, I was able to start fresh Tuesday. So let's go to Tuesday setup and let's see. Okay, y'all, this was Tuesday. I did a little bit of break and retest with a little bit of supply and demand. I was looking at the 8 a.m. Order block, but as you can see, it was just a very choppy mess. So in the end, the first trade I took was definitely off of the orb. As you can see, price came, uh, was respecting our midpoint. It did give a nice push, but when it came time to retest the midpoint, it did two rejections and then it just broke through my zone. But when it broke through my zone, it gave me, after it, let me slow down. After it hit my midpoint, it did give me my displacement candle. So I marked that one up in my head, not on the chart, and waited for price to retest that retest that area. I got my retest with this bearish candle right here. So I decided to enter once price broke the low of that bearish engulf candle. And as you can see, price did pretty good. Ended up rejecting strongly off of this resistance, off of this support area right here. End up getting knocked out of this trade like $25 break even. But I decided to take another trade, especially when I seen price come in and do a retest of this supply zone right here. And I know some people thinking, oh, well, that candle invalidated the supply zone. Technically, it is considered an invalidation, but what I've been noticing too is sometimes price will pull liquidity from the zone, but never do a candle close outside of the zone. And I've been watching that a lot of zones like that will pull liquidity, not close outside the zone, and then drop back in the direction of that zone, if that makes sense. So as you can see, yes, it pulled, but it never closed outside. So I took that as the zone still been valid. And yeah, I waited for my bearish candle to pass the open of this bullish candle. I entered in. I entered in pretty heavy on this trade, you guys. I went in 5 contracts. I closed 4 contracts at my 1-to-1, and then I left a runner, and my runner ended up getting stopped out, and yeah, we ended up walking away with $218.75. You guys, I'm gonna put my P&L for both of these trades right here on the side, you guys. So yeah, we was able to walk away for the day on Tuesday $231.35, you guys. So yeah, Tuesday was a great trade day, amazing trade day as far as being able to get my brain back together after blowing my eval. So I was definitely proud of myself this day. As you can see, trade did hit full TP, but it still would have knocked me out because if I would have kept full loss, it was only 40 ticks. So it would have knocked me out, but it did pull and tap in from this supply zone. I actually seen some people take this trade right here, you guys. I actually seen a few people take this trade and it played out beautifully. Got a retest of that M5 and just dropped like nobody's business. So for the people who did catch that, great job. But yeah, I caught a little bit of the first down push and yeah, made some great money. So I can't even complain for that day, you guys. So that was Tuesday. We did trade every day this week, so I did catch a trade on Wednesday. So let me go to Wednesday. All right, so this was Wednesday, you guys. I was looking at buys, as you can see. We had a little choppy mess at the beginning of the market open for New York. It was real choppy. I definitely was looking at sales coming into Wednesday just because I seen this little down action right here. But I paid attention this time and noticed that price was rejecting off of this support. It did give me a double bottom. So I marked up my M15. I also saw that it was an M5 within that M15. And once on my 5 minute, once price broke out of my M15 zone, I decided to enter 2 contracts. Um, and I was going for about 121 ticks. So if I'm not mistaken, that could be about $300. Yeah, I was going for about 300, and price did great. It broke through my resistance area, came back to retest the area that it broke. So if you do trade ICC, you could have used ICC as a confluence to get into this trade. We did indicate through this area, came back to retest the area, and then took off. I do still use ICC, but I only use it to give me my direction. I don't use it as my strategy to trade. I just use it to give me my direction and to help me find quality supply zones and demand zones. Because normally with the ICC concept, you do see where there is like supply zones and demand zones that do form on key levels. And as you can see, this was a confluence here to help me hold my trade because I knew that price had to come back and retest the previous area that it broke from. It gave me my demand zone, which is my bearish candle right here. And then it gave me a strong push, came back to retest this area, but ended up moving my once we got this nice push after we created this bearish candle, didn't think we would come back and retest it so soon, especially when we got this close to TP, you guys. Like, boom, we hit 110 ticks. We hit 110 ticks, literally 11 ticks away from our TP, you guys, and then it just reversed a little bit within that and stopped me out the trade, you guys. So yeah, I ended up getting knocked out this trade at $205 after taxes. Wasn't really tripping. We did go into a minor consolidation a little bit before we did come back up and hit full TP, you guys. I was only going for 300, so I wasn't tripping that I was $95 short. It is what it is. I had just blew my eval on Tuesday, so on Monday, so I wasn't really tripping. I was just trying to gain the profits I needed to gain to get my account back up. Because the crazy thing is, y'all, when I blew my eval, I was $1,145 in profit. I was literally less than 2,000 away from passing my eval. Like that's the most I've made on the eval. Like I told y'all originally in the previous trading breakdown video. But yeah, that was the highest I ever made on my eval, and I blew that joint. So yeah, I was just trying to get my profits back and trade the way I know I can trade. So I wasn't necessarily being greedy, coming into Wednesday. So let's go to Thursday. Thursday, I did trade ES, but I did not trade uh, micros. I traded minis. So let me go to it. All right, all right. Okay, let's see. All right, you guys. This was Thursday. As you can see, was looking at buys, but we did this strong drop like around 6:30 a.m. So I was like, all right, well, we're gonna go ahead and sell off. I was looking at the chart around this time too. So I was like, we're gonna go ahead and sell off. There was a multiple time frame fair value gap up there that I marked, as y'all can see. And yeah, coming off, it was a little wicky, not even gonna hold you. It was a little wicky. We did tap into that fair value gap just a little bit. It did give us a minor push, but it wasn't enough to give us just like a clear direction of the day. So I did mark up my 8 a.m. Orb. I decided to use that to better help me, find the supply zone that I wanted. And as you can see, we did invalidate to the upside and to the downside. So when I noticed that we invalidated this orb, I wasn't necessarily really looking at it. I was still watching to see how price reacted to it, but I wasn't watching to actually trade off of it. I was watching to trade the reaction off of it. And yeah, as you can see, we broke through the zone, came back to retest it. Once we did that, I did have this I'm sorry, y'all had a brain fart. I did have this supply zone marked up, you guys. And as you can see, we stayed consolidating within it. This was an M15 as well. We stayed consolidating within it. But once we got this candle, this was a bearish candle. It just closed bullish. And now I see why people say, wait for the candle close. Because this candle was bearish. And when it broke the low of this bullish candle right here, this skinny one right here, I don't know if you guys could see that. But yeah, this candle right here, once price broke the low of that, I entered. As you can see, based off my entry, I entered, and price pushed a little bit, and then the candle immediately reversed and then turned bullish. Had a little consolidation, had another down push, came back and closed on my entry point. I did think we was going to get stopped out of this trade. I was just going for a simple 101. I did add another contract once price did pull back. When we pulled back into my zone, I did add another contract. So now I'm two contracts, risking 500 for 500. And yeah, I did think we was gonna get stopped out, especially when I seen this candle. But at 9:30, it took us exactly where we needed to be because I did get into this trade before market open, which is a little risky. But I honestly and truly, I did have faith. I'm not even gonna hold you. I had faith in this setup, and as you can see, it did not steer us wrong. I ended up hitting full TP immediately at 8:30. And yeah, you guys, that was all she wrote. Well, not 8:30 my time, 9:30 New York. But yeah, ended up hitting full TP. Gonna put my P&L right here. But we ended up walking away with $504.90. So I was very proud of my trading this day, and I'm glad I didn't hold because it gave warnings that hey, I'm gonna reject. And as you can see, 950, it took off to the upside. Pulled liquidity from this multiple time frame fair value gap, dropped back down, but sellers could not get price to go below this support zone. So this support zone was holding heavy. So you could have used this as confluence to start looking for buy setups. And as you can see, we ended up buying off the rest of the session, you guys. We bought off till 1 o'clock. So yeah, sellers was able to make some money, was able to make it at 6:30 a.m., was able to make it a little bit before market open, a little bit at market open, and then after that it was buys. Sellers was able to get one more opportunity off of that multiple time frame fair value gap, and then after that buyers had it for the rest of the session. So yeah, great trading day on Thursday, you guys. Yes, now for my eval, I'm now up $700, you guys. So I did tell myself if I caught a nice trade on Thursday that I would not trade Friday. Guess who traded Friday, y'all? Yeah, me. I traded Friday, y'all. Shit is crazy. So I'm not for sure if my first trade was on minis or micros. So let me go and see. Okay, here we go. So my first trade on Friday, I did take two trades. Crazy, right? So my first trade on Friday was buys. Yeah, I thought it was a great trade. Honest and truly, I would take this trade again. I'm not even gonna hold you. I would take this trade again because I just liked it. You get what I'm saying? Like we had a minor breaker structure buy right here. You got your demand zone, minor breaker structure. It gave you a bearish candle on the zone. You could have entered on a break. I did not take this one. Did not take this one at all. But I did see that form, and I did see this actual trade happen. So when price gave me another 15-minute zone that just so happened to be on a key level, my resistance area, you can come in and you can go ahead and bring ICC in here if you want to help you with your confluences. It indicated, came back to retest. You could have entered when price got right here, but I trade supply and demand, so I just used ICC to get my supply and demand. Boom, I got my demand zone. Price gave a minor breaker structure, came back to retest my zone. I entered when price broke my retest candle like clockwork. You get what I'm saying? And boom, it gave a nice push. Let me see how far it pushed up. Let me see. So yeah, it pushed up about to my 101 because I was only risking 50 ticks. So it hit my 101. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, after that, that's all she wrote. It just it just went from there. Well, this was the first trade, got stopped out of. So I actually took three trades, y'all. Damn, I forgot. Ooh, yeah, your girl just did not do Fridays right, but we gonna explain it. Yeah, so I took three trades. Yeah, I remember this trade. That one got stopped out immediately at the 9:30 open. Boom. Entered again, same exact entry point. Wasn't even aware of that until after I entered, especially when price knocked me out with this bullish candle. Once it got back to my entry area, I entered again, risking the same amount. And yeah, it knocked me out again. I'm gonna put the P&L for these two trades right here. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 394, 398, 94, one of them, 300 and some dollars, almost $400 loss for these two trades right here. Um, yeah, so I was done. I was gonna walk away and accept defeat. I was gonna walk away and accept the fact that yeah, your girl was up for the week and decided to trade, and yeah, I was up nine, decided to trade, and I think now I was down to like 400 and something for my week. So I was all right. I was like, okay, I'm still ending profitable, so that's cool. Y'all, I recently just joined another Discord. Shout out to my dude Top. He go by Top Tier Trades. Um, I recently just joined his Discord because I'm not necessarily looking for a Discord to learn how to trade. I know how to trade. I'm just looking for a Discord to find a community. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a Discord to help me get a payout, or I want to achieve that on my own. I don't care how long it takes. I want to achieve that on my own. I just want a community. You get what I'm saying? To be around other like-minded traders like me. None of my friends or family know what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? The only person who know what I'm doing is my wife. So no one knows that I trade. No one knows what I'm doing outside of her. So it's just cool to have an environment where you can really talk about, the ups and downs of trading, the wins, the losses, you know, with someone who's doing it as well. My wife doesn't trade, but she's a great listener. She's a great supporter, and she helps me every step of the way. But she doesn't trade, so it's like she only can understand so much before it's kind of like I'm just, just yapping. You get what I'm saying? But I was just really looking for a Discord for community. And, I really like his community. I really like the people in it. They're not egotistical. They're not, I'm really messing with it. So shout out to Top Tier Trades. You feel me? But yeah, I joined his Discord and he called out a banger, you guys. So guess what your girl did? Your girl went over there. She went up over there to the trade. I think it's on my other chart. So let me go to the other one. I went over and I went ahead and took the trade over there with him, you guys. So let me go to it. There we. Is this it? Yep, yeah. Trying to see is this it. So then it got to be on this one then. Let me see, you guys. I'm trying to find it. I know it's somewhere because I made sure to have it. There it go. Okay. All right. There we go, you guys. So he called a banger, you guys. He trades the 1 minute. So I trade the 1 minute as well sometimes. But yeah, he called out that NQ just passed a key point that was switching from sales to buys. So NQ was selling off when ES was selling off. They both switched into buys before the session ended. So they both were selling off at the same exact time. So he just announced, he said, hey, y'all, sales in NQ is over. Buys is getting ready to take off. Everybody who knows that NQ is a buy instrument. It's a buying instrument. Yes, NQ does sell, but it doesn't sell off like it buys. Like this is how NQ sells. You see this choppy mess. And then you have moments where it gives you a nice down push. But other than that, when NQ sells, it doesn't sell cleanly, minus these little, like I said, scalp opportunities. But when NQ buys, NQ buys, and it buys off nicely. It's barely any crazy rejections when NQ is buying. You get what I'm saying? You see how when it sells, it'd be like crazy rejections when it sells, and then look how clean these buys are. Minor wicks. So he said, hey y'all, NQ just passed the point where it is now switching into buys. So I saw my buy opportunity. I waited. I watched on this candle, waited for the next candle to close. I got my stop loss position. I entered when this bearish candle, when this bullish engulf candle broke the high of that doji candle right there. And yeah, I was just going for a simple one-on-one. But once price hit my 500, I did extend my take profit a little bit. So on this trade, I ended up walking away with about $610 off of this trade. So after I covered that other loss of $398 or $94, one of those, I end up walking away with a profit of $207 for the day, you guys. So ended up losing on ES, came to NQ, caught a banger on the buys, made back all of my loss plus some. So your girl was able to end Friday in a profit, $207, and I was able to end my week undefeated, you guys. Like, and it's just crazy because I blew my eval Monday night Asian session to come in Tuesday, catch a winner. Wednesday, catch a winner. Thursday, catch a winner. You know what I'm saying? Friday, we did take a few losses, but I'm glad I kept my head and decided to take this trade because I was able to end my trade day profitable. So I was able to end my trade week profitable. And if I'm not mistaken, for the week, we were up. I'm going to put my P&L as well for my week. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 1146 like 11:46:90 or 11:46:30. I can't really put my finger on it, but the P&L is going to be on here, so y'all be able to see. So yeah, I was able to end my week 1100. That's the most I've ever made in a week. And the crazy thing is, y'all, that's around the same amount of money. That's around the same amount of profit I had on my original eval on Monday when I blew it. So on Monday when I blew that eval, it was up 1100. Reset the eval by Friday, my new eval back up to 1100, you guys. So that's the most I've ever made in a week on a funded on an eval account, and I'm just very 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 proud of myself for being able to come in and trade the way I was trading after blowing my eval. I was able to keep my head, keep my focus, and I'm just really really proud of myself. So yeah, you guys, that was my trading week. I hope y'all had an amazing week just like I had. And if not, hey, we traders, we know how to bounce back. We resilient, get our head together, go over why we did it, and make sure we come back better so that we can pass it. So yeah, you guys, that's it for today. I thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for sitting down and listening to me go over my trades. I wish nothing but love, happiness, and success to every single one of y'all. So until next time, your girl GC the Trader is out. Much love.